left off with Copilot in Microsoft 365, specifically in Word. We have just created a new document in the last session with Copilot, a comparison of different telecommunication proposals. And now we are going to continue to improve on that document using editing functions that Copilot has to offer. So right away, what I want to do is I'd prefer to be over here if we're going to go through the texts directly, just highlighting the entire text and then accessing Copilot over here. We have a couple of automated options, auto rewrite, writing suggestions, and visualizations via table, but I am going to use a prompt in order to tell it that I want to check for consistency, for instance, in our document. Ensure consistent terminology and formatting throughout the document. And with that, I'll let it do its magic. As we are already aware, we're getting a draft version, which is highlighted and in blue over here at the bottom of it. Like that, we can easily go upwards and start having a look or going back down in order to compare what we have given over here and assess whether or not it is meeting what we want it to do. Once it is finished with its task, it will jump all the way to the bottom to what we have generated, and we will have further actions available to us. As we know, we can regenerate if we're not entirely satisfied with what it has done over here. Same prompt, different variants, as we are very well aware. We can then again jump in between versions, and as we see over here, this is quite the shortfall of what I had earlier. So clearly version 1 satisfies me more, and then either I keep it as a second version underneath the original, or I replace it. If I kept it underneath, I could very well jump and routine both of them and then just start picking and choosing whichever version I prefer. Services offered over here. This looks like it could do some formatting too. So I'll just use the automated function over here in order to have this visualized as a table. Hopefully Copilot is doing a good job of separating the different kind of things that we have to offer over here in this list. Basically, this is a good start. I think it's very concise. It needs some formatting on my end, maybe to have the font size and stuff altered so we don't have it in that many columns. Letting it regenerate again in order to get a little bit to pick and choose from. And one more time, and one of those versions should be a good starting point for me to say, okay, this is something I can work with. It's easily understandable. I might still need to go on the grids, but right away we can see that it is a major improvement to what I had previously, even though the versions are not really different at all in any way, shape, or form. I'm keeping it. This time, when I say I keep it, I still have the old version over here, so I might need to manually get rid of it, or I can leave parts of it above the table now. This is one of the ways that we can manipulate with Copilot in order to make our documents look a little bit nicer. We can do the same thing over here, just quickly, because it is also kind of not very neatly formatted, to be frank. We're going to be fine with the very first version on this one. You've seen in the other table above that there is some formatting issues that happened, but if we consider how many seconds it has taken us to generate this entire table, or this entire document from previously versus the minor adjustments we have to do, or would have had to do in terms of work or combing through all of those 3 documents, it is a major improvement. This time I'm going to replace it, And then as a last instance, I'm going to go through the summary. Let's get writing suggestions. That's very similar to coaching. I would say you will see suggestions on how to improve the passages in different instances. From over here, you can improve your own writing. If you were to go to auto rewrite, this is essentially what it would pick up from and offer you in terms of replacements. We can insert it below and then pick and choose if we want. We can also regenerate, as we know, or we can replace, as I'm doing right over here. There's many ways to interact with your document and use Copilot in order to create space. One last thing I want to do is graphics right now. I don't really have data or something to do graphics, so I'm just having it generate an image for me. Create an image depicting the proposals in comparison from mobile. Taylor, pink, 04, blue, and the phone, which was red. These are the colors that the brands use, so I might want to have it as a little tweak, as a little recognition on the document. If you were to use Copilot app, Microsoft 365 Copilot app, you will get with each instance you do usually 4 different versions that you can pick and choose from. Basically, since we're in the sidebar over here, it's giving us one version, so we might have to fine-tune what we're getting, or we can just insert it. Obviously, if I made the prompt a little bit more elaborate, we could get it in a banner format, which is a little bit nicer probably than having an entire picture that is taking the width of the comp document. But for our purposes right here, I'm going to start off with that. If I'm selecting it, I can insert it on where my toggle is. So this is what it has come up with. There is a lot of room to improvement, but I haven't been anyhow specific with what I want and what it is supposed to look like. So that is also on me. Better prompting yields better results. But this is just to show how quickly and how easily you can start modifying a document using Copilot.